It's Robin, and it's really great to be with you today. I've just rearranged my studio, so getting ready for some shifts, and yeah, some sadness and grief came up. So I thought I would offer a practice that was tending to the heart in these times of change and shift and care and concern. So I've got a mat here. I would also recommend finding yourself a block or two. If you don't have a block, you could use books, you could use pillows. The more stable, the better, for some heart opening work that we'll be doing along the way. A little more of a gentle practice. And the heart, by the way, is not only at the front of the chest. We often think of the heart right here, but it's three-dimensional. So it's in the sides, it's in the back. So we're gonna really explore the 360-degree dimensionality of our hearts as well, and just tap into how we feel. So go ahead and start in a seated position, comfortable. I'm sitting on a little support. You could just sit on the floor and just take a moment to arrive, to welcome yourself to some space and time just dedicated to your heart, tending to your heart as if you were tending to your garden. And in that vein, imagine roots settling down deep into the earth, into the soft, warm earth, giving you the courage and the stability and the stamina to rise and explore what is inside. Closing your eyes and gazing inward, gazing downward, allowing yourself to begin by rooting and grounding. And right away, breathing as well. Rooting and grounding and breathing. Taking time and space. There is no rush. We're starting to reopen in our towns and in our homes, and we don't have to return to a rush. We can stay in quiet and more stillness. There's so much value here, and it's something that has been gifted to us with this time. So let us use it as what it is, a gift. Taking some generous, graceful breaths. Allowing your exhales to come out your mouth. Move your jaw around a little bit, make some sound. Let your head just kind of wiggle, waggle, and the shoulders along with that. And just one more breath to arrive and root, connect to the base of your body. We'll draw our hands then to our heart, and I'm gonna encourage you to touch the sides of your heart, the sides of your ribs, right up by your armpits. And just a gentle press in with those palms, and imagine you could actually hold your heart with your hands. And if you were holding your heart, what would you say? What would you offer? What would you give? Perhaps this is a way to begin to form an intention for this gentle practice today. What would you give to your heart if you could give anything? Maybe it's rest, maybe it's softness, or maybe it's something beautiful or some joy. Maybe it's nothing, just letting it be. And then draw your hands to the front of your heart, palms facing into the heart space, giving the warmth of your hands as a gift to your heart. And just tapping into how open or closed you feel currently, how much joy, how much grief, and just welcome it, accept it, invite it. Breathe with it. Maybe tears will come in this practice. It's very wonderful if that happens. And then we'll take the hands to the back of the heart. You can kind of wrap your palms, you can wrap your hands around your shoulders and give a little squeeze. And the back of the heart often represents the past or that which has been. So just take a moment to honor that which has been, recent past, long past, even ancestry past, and honor that and bring it into your heart. And just rub a little bit with your fingers and hands, the back of the heart. And then reach your arms on up high and interlace your fingers and drop your shoulders and lift your palms and breathe into the front sides and back of the heart. And stay rooted and grounded. And on your exhale, start squeezing the belly in. Finding your core as a way to be connected, both to your root and to your rising. Opening those palms like rays of the sun. We'll take one more breath here, looking up, inhale. And exhale, left hand comes down, right arm reaches across. Drop your left shoulder and reach through the whole right side body. Fingertips down through outer hip. And then take a big wide circle with that right arm. Follow it with your eyes. And let that bring you into just a slight gentle rotation as we begin our gentle practice. And let it invite more breath. Circle in both directions. Let it loosen up your head and neck and eyes and jaw. And reach and just pause and hold. Taking 2 breaths. Maybe letting your head drop back, looking up. Spread open. And we'll take it to the other side. Right hand comes down, left arm swings across. And as you're ready, come into that big wide windmill circle, following with your eyes, moving gently, slowly. But there's prana, there's life force here. There's your gaze, there's your breath, there's this movement. When you're ready, circle in the other direction. Deepening your experience. And then reach that left fingertip across to the right and pause and hold. Spreading through the left side body, from fingertip down through outer hip. Breathe into the sides of the ribs and the waistline. Open up and take 2 more breaths. Maybe you look up and let your head drop back. And we'll rise and we'll interlace the hands behind and open the front of the heart. Dropping the palms to or toward the floor. And blooming the heart up. Maybe the head drops back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together in the back. Opening the throat. Feeling your power and your vulnerability. Take a breath into that. And walk your hands around the front and just take a forward fold, reaching your arms out, still in the cross-legged position. Let your forehead drop to the floor or toward the floor and just spread through the back of the heart. Spreading through the arms and the palms and the side of the body, the back of the spine lengthening. 2 more deeper breaths. And we'll gently rise on up and find our way to all fours, tabletop position. And just walk one leg out and then the other, just to release the knees. Just go easy for yourself, lengthening through the legs, lengthening through the toes and the soles of the feet. Taking 1 more on each side. And then coming to all fours and right into cats and cows. So inhale, lift chin, chest, eyes, tail. And exhale, round it out. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail, squeeze your belly in. Maybe give your head a little shake out. Inhale, front body opens, arch the back. Exhale, round it out. A few more, inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, fullest, deepest breath yet. Inhale. And then exhale, pause there. Squeeze that belly in even more. Really feel its engagement. And just shake your head out one more time. And then inhale to neutral. Exhale, gaze past the left shoulder to the left ankle. The right hip juts out. C shape to the spine. Inhale, center. And exhale off to the other side. Look back at your right ankle and you open that left side body. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, center. Exhale, look back. Open up the opposite side body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Gaze to the left. Open the right side. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. And let's come back to center. And lengthen your right leg back and spread through the ball of the right foot and reach back through the right heel and find your bounce. And draw your belly in and feel the leg opening, feel the torso receiving the bounce of your body, and let that just jangle out the crown of your head, feeling a little more alive as you begin to move with a little more intensity. And launch your right leg on up to the sky. And then lengthen your left arm forward. Draw your belly in, circle out the wrist and ankle. Take a big breath in and lift your arm and leg a little higher on inhale. And then exhale, round and squeeze in, elbow to knee. And inhale, reach out, arm and leg. And exhale, round and squeeze. And inhale, reach. And exhale, squeeze and round. Two more, reach it out. Squeeze, round it in. Last one, reach it out. And this time we're going to bend the right knee and reach back for the right ankle with the left hand. And just see what's possible for you. Opening through the chest, blooming through the heart a little bit, lifting that back thigh. For 3, lift that back thigh, bloom the heart, maybe the gaze goes up. One more breath. Lengthen arm and leg, big breath in. Left hand comes down, right foot comes down, and open your fingertips high to the sky. Lean back, and again, just let your heart expand. Maybe a little celebratory moment. Reaching your right arm now over your ears, spread through the right side body. And if it feels good for you, launch your right leg up into space. Feel your balance. If it feels good for you, bend your back knee once again and reach for the back foot and open the chest. Let your gaze go down this time, if this is the option you've taken. Take one last breath. Open the front of that right thigh, hip, belly. And let's return to all fours and just move it around in your own way. Cats and cows or spirals and swirls. Take a sigh out the mouth. Check in with your head and your heart and your hips. Coming back to neutral, big breath in and out. Find your tabletop, find your presence and power. And then lengthen the left leg back. Come on the ball of that left foot and spread back through the left heel. And then go ahead, take it into a little bounce. Bouncing so good for the body, really releases tension and stress, brings you right into the present moment. It's fun. So find the joy here, really good work for the heart. The heart loves joy. And go ahead and float that left leg on up to the sky and reach your right arm forward and draw your belly in, connect the dots and reach out beyond those dots. Reach beyond your fingertips, beyond your leg and circle out your wrist and ankle and circle in both directions. And then on inhale, lift your arm and leg a little bit higher, breath in. Exhale, round and elbow to knee, breath out. Inhale, reach, lift. Exhale, round, gather, squeeze. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round. Just a few more. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale, round it on in. Last one, reach it out. Round it in. Reach on out. Bending left knee, reaching back with right hand for left foot, left ankle, whatever you got. Lifting through the chest, lifting through the thigh, perhaps lifting through the gaze. Breathing into the front of the chest for 3. Breathing into the front of that hip, 2. One more breath, feel the fullness of the moment. Extend long. Left foot comes down, right hand comes down. Left arm extends on up and lean back and open up. Let your head drop back, open back. Carefree moment. And extend your left fingertips over your ear. Spread through that left side body. And if it feels right for you, float the left leg up into space. Keep extending through that left side. And if it feels good for you, bend the back knee, reach for the back foot or ankle, open the heart. For 3, 2, 1, last breath. And we'll release, come on down, find your way to a child pose. And just wiggle your way back, wag your tail. Let your shoulders also wag side to side. Let your head roll side to side. Pawing out through your palms a little bit. Really reveling and taking our time today. Know where to get to, know where to be. Let's walk the hands over to the left side of the mat and launch through the space of the right side once again. And then walk it on over to the other side. And we'll come back through center. Now curl your toes under, and we'll go ahead and meet in downward facing dog, lifting your hips high, and just walk it out. Bend one knee and then the other. And just like you were pawing through your palms, paw through your feet, through your foot paws. And walk your feet together. Press forward through your palms and draw back through your belly and chest and lift through your sitting bones. Roll your inner elbows forward and draw down the back with the shoulder blades. Lift your hips even higher if you've got it. Press even further forward with those palms if you're there. Nod your head yes. And notice what you're saying yes to these days. Really honor that. And now nod your head no, shake it out no. And notice what you're saying no to these days. And honor that as well. Let's float the right leg on up to the sky and bend the knee and roll your hip open. Again, pressing your right foot toward your left shoulder, dropping down through that right armpit, spreading and yawning into the belly and the front of that hip. And then inhale the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, round and gather and squeeze in knee to nose. And let's step the right foot forward and sink down onto the left knee. And bring your hands to the front thigh and just circle out those shoulders a couple times. And dip your hips on deep. And the left hand comes down and the right ear comes to the right shoulder. And then the right hand comes to the left ear. So you're side bending through the left side on the neck and you're sinking through your hips. And just enjoy that. Sink through those hips, lift through the heart. Now reach the arms in that goddess-shaped pose. The elbows and shoulders are aligned. The wrists and elbows are aligned. The heart looks up. The eyes look up. The hips are grounding deep into the earth. One breath, inhale. And exhale, hands come to the floor. Draw yourself back into a pyramid pose. And if you want to use blocks or books or whatever supports you found, you can have hands higher than the earth, supported by something. Pull back through the hips. Bow the head. And if it feels nice for you, lift the 5 toes of the right foot. You can even place a block under the ball of that right foot. Bowing and surrendering. Part of tending to the heart is surrendering and letting go to exactly what is. And breathe into that. Squeeze the belly in on each exhale. 2 more breaths. And we'll go ahead, release, bending the right knee, coming on the ball of the left foot. Left hand stays where it is, right hand comes to the base of the spine, turn and spin, heart to the sky. Right arm rises on up, feel the wingspan of your arms, kneecaps drop into midline, open this up, enjoy, take a breath. And then exhale, we're going to go ahead and come onto the knife edge of the left foot and turn all the 10 toes off to the right for a kind of a modified side plank here. Launching the right arm again to the sky. Right knee is opening. Left heel is reaching long. Go ahead and extend right arm over ear for 3. Hips are lifting, 2. Last breath. Let's release and gently press back, downward facing dog. Just walk it around, nodding your head out, pawing out your palms and the soles of your feet, and then walking your feet together. Breath in and a sigh out. Lift your left leg up to the sky and bend the knee and roll your hip open. And yawn into that belly in front of left hip. Drop through the left armpit. Bow and drop through your head. Enjoying, reveling. Launch your left leg high to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, round in, squeeze in, knee to nose. And then let's step the left foot forward and sink down onto the right knee and dip your hips on deep and circle the shoulders a couple times. And then go ahead and bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Or did we do the other one? Let's bring the left ear to the left shoulder. No, right ear to the right shoulder. And right arm reaches across to the left ear. No, it's the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. Left hand reaches to right ear. And really drop through the right fingertips, drop through the right shoulder. Open the right side chest as you're side bending and dipping through those hips. 3, 2, last breath. This time, interlace the hands behind the back and open the heart from the front. Squeeze the shoulder blades. An active squeeze of the shoulder blades. A blooming of the heart on up. A dipping through the hips. An earthing and a rising. Feel the fullness of the moment. And then plant the palms and press your way back into a pyramid pose, bowing your head. Again, you could use blocks under hands if you like. You could lift the 5 toes of the left foot if that feels nice for you. And just surrender. Shake out the head. Breathe even more deeply. Lengthen your spine. And really touch into what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. We can move so fast. We're ramping up to moving fast again in our world. So here's your time to slow down, to feel. Take your time. Honor. Last breath in and side out. Go ahead and bend the left knee. Come on the ball of the right foot. Right hand stays where it is. Left hand comes to base of spine and spin your heart open and up. Kneecaps draw in toward midline. Left arm floats to the sky. And just open this up, enjoy. Spread your wings. Last breath. And go ahead now and come onto the knife edge of the right foot. Turn all 10 toes off to the left. And launch your left arm again to the sky for a modified side plank. Hips are lifting. Left knee is moving open. Back heel is reaching long. And left fingertips reach in opposition. Heart still turning to the sky for 3, 2, last breath. Gently release. Step it back to a plank pose this time and just pause. And feel your ground through your palms, through the through the toes, through your breath, through the strength and length of your spine. Breathing big and deep, tapping into power. How does your power serve your heart? Does it? Let's drop down on our knees and drop down on our chest and drop down on our chin. Little wiggle arm to the body, feeling your arches, and then wiggle down to the floor and just feel your belly breathing on the earth as you rise into a Sphinx pose. Elbows in close to the body. Ideally, the wrists and the elbows and the shoulders are in line, and the elbows are pressing back toward the ribs as the ribs are pressing forward and up toward the elbows. Collarbones are broad. And go ahead, drop your chin down to your chest and just look inward rather than looking outward. Feel your belly down and your legs lengthening, active. And just roll your head around a little bit. Oh, and then gaze straight forward and see what's coming, what's in front of you. Stay in the present and gaze toward the future. And then come on down, all the way down. And bring your hands wide, so you're coming onto the claw fingers of your hands. And let your elbows draw wide. And just feel into that stretch for the shoulders a little bit. The elbows reaching forward. Nice stretch for the shoulders. And then come on up from those spider fingers. Lift your heart. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, gaze left. Drop the right shoulder down. Inhale, lift up to center. Exhale, gaze right. Drop the left shoulder down. Let your eyes look back. Inhale, back to center. And we'll take this a few times. Exhale, right shoulder drops, coming forward, gaze going back. Inhale, back up. Exhale, off to the other side. A few more. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Very last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, gaze. Come to center. And lift your thighs and lift your hands off the floor. Reach your arms back behind you and interlace your fingers. Fly, Superman pose. Reaching those arms and shoulders down the back and lifting the heart, lifting the legs. Feel your length and your strength. Take one more breath, reaching the arms as high as you can. And then bring the feet down, hands by ribs. Rise up to your version of a back bend. Open the chest, straighten the arms to your degree, and really get strong and long through those legs, even through the core. Where does your gaze go? Up, straight, or down? You choose. Take a breath. And then exhale, we'll press it back again to child pose. Integrating, spreading long, landing again. Find some surrender. And then find your way on back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Nod your head yes and shake it out no. Taking a sigh out. Bend your knees, look forward. Spring step or float to the front of your mat. Reach out long, breath in. Bow down, breath out. Ragdoll pose. So feet can walk wide as you like. Knees can bend as much as you like. And you might choose to take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Letting those shoulders and elbows release toward the floor and the head. And just really letting your spine dangle like a string of pearls. Letting go whatever there is to let go of. And there's a lot. So really take time with it. And let your hands come to your head or hair and just kindly, lovingly touch, pull, massage, squeeze. Letting go even more. Through the jaw, through the temples, through your shoulders, through your brain. Go ahead now, release your hands and just pause for a couple more breaths. Just shaking it out really tenderly, bending your knees a little more if you need to do that. And then toe heel your feet together and let's roll our way slowly up to standing. And reach your arms out wide and take a moment here with the arms wide and the palms are face up. I'll just face you for this. So the pinkies lift and the thumbs drop. And the feet are firmly planted. And just take a moment to receive from your hands into your heart and from your heart into your hands. Either emptying out through those palms, or there could be a filling up from what is around you. Shoulders drop. Go ahead, let your fingers now drop and your inner wrists open. And really release those inner wrists, and whatever was in your palms now just fell out. And then turn your palms the other way and draw your fingertips towards your inner wrists and give your fingers a little wiggle. And then ring it out. Dance it out from your heart, right out through your arms and your wrists and your fingers, and be expressive and have fun. Let it really filter even through your whole body, this movement. It starts at the heart and moves through the arms. And we'll go ahead and flow the arms high. Look up, take a little back bend, or maybe it's a big one, walking your fingertips along the ceiling, standing rooted and firm through the legs, lifting the thighs. Take a breath, inhale. And then exhale, hands come through the forehead, through the lips, through the heart, pausing there. Gazing in with your eyes to your hands and your heart, bowing in reverence. Feeling yourself standing firmly on the earth. Honoring yourself on this beautiful day. Is there anything to let go of now? And then bringing your hands by your sides. And just pausing here. And again, standing firm through the legs, feet. Neutral through the heart. Neutral through the head. Neutral through the whole body. You might feel a little small dance coming through your body. Just let it happen. Let yourself be moved. No plan. You might even fall a little bit. Loving taking the time. Last breath. Hands come back to the heart, and we'll go ahead and step the left foot wide. So we'll come into a wide pyramid shape. But this time we're going to turn the right toes forward, and the left toes also turn forward to face the upper left-hand corner of your mat. And then bend to your right knee. And this is going to bring us into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Vira is strength and courage and a warrior-like stance. What are you fighting for these days? Reach through those right fingertips. Also, reach through the left fingertips. Take a look back and notice where you've come from and notice where you're going. Turning your eyes back forward. And then turn the palms open. And let's reverse the warrior, walking the right fingertips along the ceiling, dropping the left fingertips down to the floor, sinking even deeper into the lunge. Take a breath here. Open the right side body wide and long. And then return to Warrior 2 and straighten out your right leg. And we'll hinge the hips back and lengthen the fingertips forward. And reach your right hand down, and maybe it lands on a block, maybe it lands on your shin, maybe it lands to the floor. Wherever it is you are, spin your heart to the sky as your legs stay firm and steady. Tailbone reaching back towards your back heel. Left arm floating to the sky in your own time. Big wingspan through the arms, right through the heart. Lengthening through both sides of your body. So feeling into the right and the left side. Shoulders reach away from ears, so you're not wearing your shoulders as earrings. Take one more breath, feel the moment. And then we'll rise, rise, rise on up and turn the toes in and the heels out, bringing your hands to your hips, your waist. And then press your elbows back behind you. And again, lift the heart and say a little prayer out your heart. Something for humanity, something for yourself, something for a loved one, maybe someone who's suffering. Oh, inhale. And then hinging at your hips, bowing, folding. Hands come to the floor, head bows and drops, and maybe it lands on the floor. It could also land onto a block or a support. Hips rising, spine dangling and lengthening. Breath filling. Maybe hips wiggle waggle a little bit. And if your knees need to bend a little or a lot, that's okay. Taking your time. Two more breaths. How could you feel this pose more deeply? Inside out, outside in. And come to a flat back. Walk your hands right underneath your shoulders. And pause there, drawing your belly in. Feel the strength of your core, the strength of your center. Right hand comes underneath your nose, and left hand comes to sacrum, and we're going to twist and spin toward the left. And then lift the left arm high to the sky. Twisting and turning. If you like, you can take a half bind, wrapping your left arm around your back, circling out that left shoulder. Feel the fullness of the pose, the fullness of the moment for you. And then release both hands down. Taking a breath in and taking a breath out. Left hand comes right under nose. Right hand comes to base of spine, and we'll spin toward the right. Now, as you're spinning to the right, come into a little extra awareness of the left leg, the left hip. As your heart lifts up, press through that left foot, left leg, we'll call it the back foot. And if you like, launch your right arm to the sky, big wingspan. And if you like, wrap your right arm around your back and circle out that right shoulder. And just explore and have fun and find the fullness of this pose for you. Make sure it includes a deeper breath. Choose your gaze. Last breath, feel the moment. Hands come back down to the floor. Go ahead, walk your hands to your hips, find your balance, and rise, rise, rise on up. We're going to turn the left toes out and the right toes in. If you need to find your block and take it with you, go ahead. And go ahead, return and find your way into that warrior two stance. So left knee bends, left knee opens out toward pinky toe. As you're ready, arms extend in both directions. Give a little wiggle out for the arms and shoulders. Reverse your warrior. Left arm flows to the sky. Walk your fingertips along the ceiling. Big stretch for the left side. Open up even further. And then we'll return warrior two. Straightening left leg. Hinge your hips back. And reach long, long, long through the left side. Left arm reaches, reaches, reaches until it alights down, either to your block or shin or floor. I love putting my hand on a block. It gives me some height. It gives me some lift. And it also still gives me the ground. Floating my right arm up into space. I'm just reveling in the shape of this beautiful pose. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Last two breaths. Last breath. And we'll return warrior two. Straightening both legs, turning toes in, heels out. This time interlacing your hands behind you And again, say a little prayer out your heart. The shoulders drop down the back and the heart rises up and blooms. The head drops back if it feels good. Legs again strong. Keep this clasp if you can. You can always use a strap or a towel or something between the hands if you've got it. And the head drops down. This is a great shoulder rinse. Maybe the head lands to the floor, maybe it doesn't. Lift your arms up and away from the floor before you move them forward. Up and away, and then move them forward. Bowing into it. Find your edge and just pause there. You may move around a little bit. That might feel great. Returning hands to floor, coming to a flat back. And we're just going to walk our way right around back to the front. So the right toes are pointing forward, working our way right into pigeon. Walk your right foot over to your left wrist and dip your hips down deep. Now you may find that you need a little support under your right hip. So find what you've got. If you don't have anything, you could always pause the video and find something, or not. You can keep your hip floating in space. And you can even get really cushy, and as you fold forward, just bow over a cushion or a support or straight to the floor. You may not land on the floor, but see what you can release and let go of. Being kind and gentle to yourself. And we're opening that back of the heart. So breathe into that which has been. And thank it and honor it and let it go. You just stay for a few more breaths. Again, we're in a more gentle practice today, taking our time. No need to push or rush. How could you be softer? Tucking your chin just a micro bit to release the back of the neck even more. Last breath in, and go ahead, sigh it out, a long, smooth sigh. And we'll gently, gently rise up to seated. And we're going to keep the right knee bent, and we're going to swing the left knee up and around. And take the moment in the center. So hands just wrap around the left shin as the left knee comes into the chest. And find your center point. And see if you can feel the hips are doing two very different things. Go ahead, wrap your right arm around the left bent knee. And the left thumb comes to that left hip crease and coax that left hip crease down toward the floor. And from there, we'll twist. Spinning. Turning to the left. Drawing the left knee into the chest. Taking your time, being gentle. There's nowhere to get to. Last breath. Let's gently unwind. And we'll turn to face the front of the mat. And we'll just come right into downward facing, to pigeon pose on the second side, walking the left foot to the right wrist, dipping your hips down low. Again, if you need any kind of support underneath that left hip, you can find something to place there. It could even be just a t-shirt. And then we're just going to come straight into folding and bowing and releasing and letting go. Nice long hold here on pigeon pose. Releasing the shoulders, often they tense up in this pose. Releasing the jaw. And of course, breathing into those hips. All kinds of wild energy stored in there. Mm. Tucking your chin just a little more to open the back of the neck. And breathing a little more deeply. What does the back of the heart have to tell you? What does it need? Mine needed just a little more letting go. Really interesting, just a really subtle release, energetic release. These gentler classes can take us into more subtlety, more space and time awareness. Last few breaths. And we'll rise. And keep your left knee bent and swing your right knee up and around. And find center first. So just wrap your hands around that right shin and just feel center. Check in. Go ahead, bring your right thumb to your right hip crease and drop it down. Create some length and space between your waistline and your outer right hip thigh. And then wrap your left arm around your right bent knee and just spin to the right. Nice and simple. Letting yourself find your way incrementally and with an attitude of softness and letting go rather than pushing. Last breath. And unwind. And we'll find our way to lying on our backs. Finally, our pose with our block under our hearts, as I mentioned at the very beginning of class. So we're going to take the block lengthwise. And if you don't have a block, you could use a pillow or a couple pillows or a blanket or some books. And you're going to lie over the block. And you want the top of the block right around the sides of the shoulder blades, right around the base of the shoulder blades. And you may find that you need something for under your head. So if you need to place another block or a pillow under your head, you can do so. And another thing I really love to do too is to place another block or another support under the hips. So you just see, you play, but this is for heart opening. So whatever opens your heart, whatever gives a little, almost a little acupuncture treatment to your heart with the tips of the block, just find it. So if you have a support on your head, you can really be at ease there. If you want to push it a little further, remove that support only if your head and neck like it. And we're going to take several breaths here, just breathing into the heart, breathing in and out, breathing in, calm, breathing out, peace. Now your legs, by the way, can be outstretched. They can also be in Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, the knees wide. Or you could have your feet to the floor, feet wide and knees buckle in. So you choose the place that the legs feel most supportive of the heart opening. And that includes comfort and ease in your body. Tending to the heart, like you're tending to your garden, your deep, sacred inner garden. What is blooming here? What needs weeding? What pests are finding their way in that you can lovingly ask to leave? What is true for you and current and present? How can that support you in moving in the way you want to move in the world towards what's next? When you feel ready, you can stay here, and this could be your Shavasana. So you can stay. If you'd like to come off of the block, you can roll to your side and remove the block and come into Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. And if there are any other movements or last poses that your body would like, now is the time to take them. But being sure that you take the time to rest and integrate and deeply and truly let go, really let go. Shavasana means corpse pose. So this is the little death of this practice. We've created a beautiful mandala, and now we're just letting it go, shaking it off, returning to the earth, a little more pure, a little more aware. And what else? What else is there for you? And if you want to stay here for a long time, you can. But I'm going to encourage us to just take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, receive the benefits of your practice. And exhale, release the benefits of your practice. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And any stretches or touches or movements that feel right. Let your head roll gently side to side. Go ahead and roll on your side and curl up into a little ball of you. And give yourself a hug, a loving hug. This is for the heart. This is for you. This is for your heart, to you, from you. Go ahead and rise to seated. And take a moment here and seated to land and return back to roots. Pelvis, legs, and feet. Drawing your hands to your heart now. And just noticing what's here now. Maybe it's the same thing that you came with. Maybe something has shifted. We'll bow the head to the hands and the heart. And we'll close with a single Om. Inhale. Hands rise to third eye center between your brows, lifting your energy, lightening your energy. The light within me recognizes the light within you. Namaste.